Ever feel like you're walking on eggshells around your boss? Like one wrong move could set off a volcano. You might be dealing with someone who has narcissistic traits. It's a tough spot to be in, but I've learned a powerful strategy over the years that has been a game changer. Do not escalate unnecessarily. Let me tell you how this simple idea can help you regain your peace of mind. Early in my career, I had a manager who was the textbook definition of a narcissist. Everything was a crisis. Every tiny mistake was a personal attack on them, and they thrived on drama. My initial reaction was to fight fire with fire. If they raised their voice, I'd raise mine. If they sent a passive-aggressive email, I'd fire one right back, meticulously documenting every point. I thought I was standing up for myself, but all I was doing was feeding the beast. The more I engaged, the more chaotic my work life became. I was constantly stressed, anxious, and completely drained. The turning point came during a particularly pointless conflict over a minor report. My boss was furious, claiming I had undermined their authority. I was ready to argue, to show them the email chain proving I had followed instructions perfectly. But in that moment, I just felt exhausted. What was the point? Winning this argument wouldn't change their personality. It would just lead to another battle tomorrow. So I tried something different. I took a deep breath and said, I understand your concern. Let me see how I can fix this. The change was immediate. The storm clouds didn't vanish, but the hurricane subsided to a strong wind. They still grumbled, but without the fuel of my counter-anger, the fire died down much faster. This was my first real lesson in not escalating. It's not about being a pushover or letting them walk all over you. It's about being strategic. Narcissistic individuals often crave attention and emotional reactions, both positive and negative. When you argue, defend, and get emotional, you're giving them exactly what they want. You're validating their belief that they are the center of the universe, important enough to provoke such a strong reaction. From that day on, I developed a new approach. I started to see our interactions as a game of chess, not a boxing match. The goal wasn't to knock them out, but to protect my own mental well-being. This meant choosing my battles very, very carefully. If the issue was minor and had no real impact on my work or career, I'd let it go. A snide comment, ignored. An unreasonable last-minute demand that I could accommodate without too much trouble. I'd just do it, without complaint. This wasn't weakness. It was energy conservation. I was saving my strength for the fights that truly mattered. This strategy is often called grey rocking. You make yourself as uninteresting as a grey rock. Your responses become calm, brief, and factual. When my boss would try to bait me into an argument, I'd give non-committal answers. I see, okay. I'll look into it. This starves them of the emotional supply they're looking for. Without that drama to feed on, they often lose interest and move on to find it elsewhere. It's incredibly difficult at first because your instincts scream at you to defend yourself. But with practice, it becomes a shield. Of course, there are times when you must stand your ground. If their behavior crosses a line into harassment, impacts your ability to do your job, or threatens your career, you have to act. But even then, the principle of not escalating unnecessarily applies. Instead of a heated confrontation, you calmly and firmly state your boundaries. You document everything, not for a gotcha moment, but as evidence for a formal complaint to HR if needed. You present facts, not emotions. When you said X in the meeting, it made it difficult for me to complete my task. This is much more effective than, you always undermine me, and it's not fair. Over time, this approach completely transformed my work experience. The constant drama faded, my stress levels plummeted. I found I had more mental and emotional energy to focus on what actually mattered. My work, my relationship with my boss didn't become warm and fuzzy, but it became manageable, professional, and blessedly boring. I wasn't their enemy or their emotional punching bag anymore. I was just ... an employee. So if you're dealing with a difficult, narcissistic boss, remember this: you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Choose to de-escalate. Conserve your energy. Protect your peace. It's not about letting them win. It's about you refusing to play a game where the only real loser is your own well-being. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps you navigate your own challenges at work.